go to the, one about the zoning text amendment.
Oh, yeah, well, okay, yeah, sorry, I skipped over that because we went from one sentence to another. So let's do item C, discussion and or action regarding zoning text amendments.
It's gonna be a little longer than we thought, because just now is Text dot engineer, working on, the 183 corridor. So we're still not there yet. We would hope to have already had a draft new zoning ordinance, but I don't see that happening probably this year. So where I'm at is there's some that we've been holding on to, some text amendments that I would like to discuss with the council to consider about going on and doing these text amendments now to the current zoning ordinance so that we can move on in these areas. One of them is involving the washateria. Why is there a set amount of square footage there is? If they want to enlarge the washateria, for instance, Roy's, you can't do it because it's restricted to 3,000 square feet. I don't see the purpose of having the square footage requirement, and we're asking that there's really no apparent reason for it to us. And we would like to take that square footage out. There's not a square footage requirement on commercial of any kind, and so why that would be there, that's one that we would like to see taken out.
So you're saying that there's a maximum amount of square footage that a washateria can have in River Oaks?
Right.
Take what you're making.
No notes nowhere around it.
No.
Well, I could see maybe you don't want somebody to come in and bulldoze the whole block and make it one large washateria. But
Right.
I don't think we have to worry with that
I wouldn't
either.
have thought that the man would have been enough.
Right.
So maybe,
But I'm wrong. Well, that's pretty busy over there.
we got 3 or 4 of them out there, you know, I think. Well, there's 3 within a mile. Yeah, I don't see it.
So what do you want to do?
I don't know why there'd be a
I'd like
reason
to
why.
do the square footage requirement.
So he's going to move to the building next door. Yeah.
No, I think that makes sense. Yeah.
Do we want to put a limit or just leave it open?
I think it should just be open the same way almost any commercial business is. If you own the land and you can utilize it that way,
I don't see why we wouldn't limit it. I would rather just leave it open and let them, they own the building and they want to make that big of one, they think that would, make them money, then who are we gonna?
His other ones are larger than this one, and they're always 4 o'clock.
He's just gonna take that wall down and move it one at a time.
He's gonna open up that wall. I mean, yeah, you can't take the wall down because it's low bearing, but he's gonna open
Right
it
now,
up.
okay. It's all gonna be in the same area.
Does it do anything on the fire suppression system? No, what is it,
It does not.
So it won't be going?
No, he would not have to put a fire suppression system in it.
all right.
We got it on
All corridors could try.
That owns the complex, yeah.
He owns that whole complex.
He didn't own the business.
He owns that whole strip over there.
Yeah.
I think it's his.
It's his.
Carl Cummins?
Really?
Does he actually own the laundromat or?
Yes, he owns
He actually owns
Yeah.
the business.
he owns the whole, center, but the business is actually his.
Okay. That was easy enough. What's next, Mark?
Well, without naming the business and all that, we have like a business that would move in next to say a retail that is, it's a physical fitness type, but the noise factor is such that the other businesses around it really can't operate. I mean, they're just putting up with it. I understand that you can't just restrict every kind of use there is, but maybe moving it into a different zoning district, like out on C3 or somewhere like that, or setting a distance requirement there that would actually cause that noise level not to be such an impact.
Could you just put a noise level on it?
We do have a noise level, but
or they'd have to put insulation up or something.
I think the problem is it's inside,
Yeah.
and you can hear it through the walls.
That's it.
But that should be really left up to whoever's renting the property to control, not us. Why are we getting involved
That's
in,
a good point.
in
If he's gonna lose
the
renters
rental
on both
between
sides, he
two
can make a decision.
individuals?
Right now, they're complaining to us, so that's the reason.
I think it's a property.
Understood, but,
Yeah.
you know, that's,
I agree with Matt.
I just,
And that's what I'm saying, he can put insulation up on the walls.
That's not gonna do the
If he doesn't want
buildings, that's not gonna eliminate
it's not gonna eliminate,
the low, they'll eliminate the highs, that won't eliminate the lows.
but the landlord should have considered that business when he allowed it to rent that particular property.
He's not the one that's planning on building the new one anyway.
I don't know.
Extended plans.
Okay.
So we leave that one out.
I think that's what we're, most of us think it's, leave that up to the properties.
The next one is, you know, about a year or so ago, these special events that we have permitted. The city secretary, if it's one that's, continuing to happen repetitively, can go on and issue the permit, and then it's ratified by resolution to the council. We want that exception that's currently not in the zoning ordinance. We would want to add that exception to it. We're gonna continue to do that. I'm sure we are.
I don't even think we need to do, I agree the zoning ordinance needs to line up with that, but I don't even see why we're having it ratified by council after the fact. I mean, to me, if we put, whether this is the
Well,
city secretary
because it's
or
a
both.
resolution that you got.
Right, I know, so I'm saying, I don't know that we need to do special events like that as part of a I get the resolution has to come to council.
Yeah.
But I don't have a problem with Marvin or Paula, or with consultation with the chief's staff, just authorizing a special event. These things aren't, I don't remember the last one that happened where somebody said, had any issue with it happening to where, there's not a lot of review that we do to it beyond verifying that staff. So I personally would be fine with making it to where people can do these special events without doing a resolution. And then if it's something where they still want to come in advance and sort of announce it or whatever, I mean, they can do that. They can come up at the meeting and say, hey, we're having this event on whatever day, but I don't see why we have to have staff approve something that we turn around and ratify. So
I'll kind of give you an illustration. I'll try not to use who I'm talking about, okay? But there are certain things now that we have to do with crowds. Last year, we had a problem with helicopters, helicopter coming in, dropping eggs. We found out about
what are you
that.
talking about?
That's true.
Right. We found out about that, what, a week before?
But that wasn't something that was approved as far as.
Well, they never asked us.
Right, so, but even that, I'm saying, so that to me, there would still be structure there that you wouldn't have to just approve everything under the sun.
No, these people do it and don't tell anybody. And there's requirements from the state of Texas now that we have to send them 30 days in advance. We can't send things 30 days in advance when we find out about it 3 days before.
But I think that's, like I said, I look at that, because that's the kind of thing that shouldn't just get approved and then rubber stamped and a ratification 2 weeks after the fact anyway. I mean, so I don't have a problem with staff being able to say, this is a massive, turning into a massive public safety plan that we have to put together on 3 days' notice.
And that's totally uncalled for.